Alright, hello. So today on Inuyasha Talk, we're going to be talking about the history of the Priestess. And I'm just going to kind of, go over the history of it, what they actually did in comparison to the show Inuyasha, which is actually, I think a lot of it's pretty spot on. So we're going to get started. Let's get into it. As many of us who have grown up watching Inuyasha are probably aware, a Japanese priestess is often referred to as a Miko. Now we know Kagome is portrayed to have strong spiritual powers in the show, but I wanted to talk about what some of her more realistic duties would have been once settling down in the feudal era. So I'll be touching on the history and duties of the Japanese priestess today. Many things about the show were very accurate. The attire of a traditional Miko is a red hakama and a white kosade. The white kosade symbolizes purity. Along with a bow, Mikos often carry what some would call a supernatural box of dolls, human and animal skulls, as well as Shinto prayer beads. Items such as bells, drums, candles, and bowls of rice were often used as well to perform certain ceremonies. Many of the ceremonies that Mikos performed were related to religious duties. Traditional priestesses were said to go into trances to convey the words of gods. Early Mikos were often considered important social figures as well. This is something you see quite clearly in Inuyasha when villagers praise Kagome's return in early episodes. So while they performed many religious ceremonies, there were just as many political ones performed as well. From 1710 to 1185, the Japanese government tried to gain control of the practices of priestesses. From there, many things went downhill for the priestess and they were forced into mediancy, as shrines and temples were forced into bankruptcy. As time went on, many Miko's duties became less about healing and religion and became associated with things like prostitution. The Japanese priestess is still around today, although they are not viewed the same way that they once were. What used to be something so serious and traditional has become more of a performance dance. One of the dances they actually perform is called the Kagura dance. And the Kagura dance was initially a dance used to speak to the gods, but now it's something used more or less to entertain. So overall, the real-life priestess back then was what it was portrayed to be on the show, maybe minus the actual powers. They were used to heal, comfort, and speak to the gods. They perform exorcism and use plants and herbs to create medicine to heal. Interesting to find out some of the political aspects of the priestess. Could you imagine Kagome being turned to prostitution? That's an interesting thought. What do you think? Let me know below in the comments. Hey, you little honey.